Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating small coins in British history, the 3 pence, also known as the threepenny bit. Though small in size, these coins have become highly collectible treasures, with some rare years now selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on condition and mint variations. So, let's count down the top 3 most valuable United Kingdom 3 pence coins. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 3 pence 1967, often called the threepenny bit. Even though it may look like a common, small brass coin, you'll be surprised to learn that it carries rich history, charm, and, in some cases, unexpected value in the collector's market. In this video, we'll explore its origins, design, rarity, and how much a 1967 3 pence in fine condition could be worth in US dollars today. So stay tuned till the end, because this tiny coin has quite a story to tell. The 3 pence coin, or threepenny bit, was first introduced in 1937 during the reign of King George VI, and it continued into the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The 1967 issue was among the very last of its kind before the United Kingdom switched to the decimal system in 1971. This coin represents the closing chapter of an era, the end of the pre-decimal coinage system that had served Britain for centuries. In 1967, millions of these coins were minted, mainly to ensure there was enough small change before the transition to decimal currency. However, despite the large mintage, coins that have survived in well-preserved condition are becoming increasingly harder to find today. Over the decades, most of these coins were either worn down through circulation, melted, or forgotten in jars and drawers, giving surviving pieces a nostalgic value beyond their face value. The 1967 3 pence coin is easily recognizable for its dodecagonal shape that's 12 sides, which made it distinct from any other British coin in circulation at the time. Made of brass, its composition includes 79% copper, 20% zinc, and 1% nickel, giving it a bright golden color when freshly minted. On the obverse side, you'll find the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, without the crown, a simple yet regal image that captures the youthful elegance of the Queen in her early reign. Around the portrait are the words Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, designed by Frances Mary Bacon, the coin features a crowned portcullis, a classic gate design that has been a traditional emblem associated with the British Parliament. The date 1967 is inscribed below the design, while the denomination 3 pence appears above it. Every detail from its shape to the deep engraving reflects the craftsmanship of mid-20th century British minting and makes it a favourite among collectors of vintage UK coins. Now, let's talk about rarity. The 1967 3 pence is not extremely rare in general terms. It had a mintage of over 167 million coins. However, the level of preservation makes all the difference. A fine condition coin means it shows noticeable wear but retains clear detail on both sides. It's a step above heavily worn or damaged examples. Collectors tend to value such coins not just for their condition but also for their historical context. The 1967 issue holds sentimental value because it was the last full-year issue before decimalisation, which makes it a farewell piece of British monetary history. Even in fine condition, many collectors seek to include it as part of a complete set of pre-decimal coins. Interestingly, coins that were used in circulation but have minimal damage or corrosion are now considered nostalgic treasures rather than just old change. In auction listings, even slightly tarnished coins from this year often sell to enthusiastic collectors who are drawn to its design and connection to Britain's coinage heritage. So, what is a 1967 United Kingdom 3 pence worth today in fine condition? While the coin's face value is just 3 old pence, equivalent to about 1/80th of a modern British pound, its collector value is more impressive, and the current auction market, a 1967 3 pence in fine condition typically sells for $425,000. Coins in very fine or extremely fine condition can fetch between $322,000, especially when they have strong details and minimal discoloration. Uncirculated or proof specimens, which are rare, can reach $10 or more depending on demand. However, special presentation sets or coins with interesting toning, mint errors, or provenance from notable collections have occasionally sold for up to $114,000 at niche auctions. While these values aren't sky-high, the steady collector demand means the coin continues to hold its worth as part of British numismatic history. If you're planning to collect or sell the 1967 3 pence, here are a few condition matters. Most, the sharper the details and the fewer the scratches or dents, the higher the value. Keep your coin stored in a dry, protective holder to prevent tarnishing. Look for mint errors. Rare misstrikes, off-center strikes, or double die errors can make your coin significantly more valuable. Buy or sell smart. Always check recent online auctions, eBay listings, and numismatic forums before buying or selling. Market trends fluctuate based on collector interest. Preserve history. Even if your coin isn't worth much now, it represents a piece of British monetary heritage. Keeping it safe may pay off in the future as fewer high-quality examples remain in circulation. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 3 pence 1967 may not seem rare at first glance, but its historical charm, distinctive shape, and connection to the pre-decimal era make it a valuable keepsake. Whether you own one in fine condition or a worn example passed down from family, it stands as a timeless reminder of Britain's rich numismatic legacy. So next time you come across this 12-sided brass coin, don't overlook it. You might be holding a small but meaningful piece of British history, one that collectors all around the world continue to cherish. Next up, the United Kingdom 3 pence 1953. Though small in size, this coin carries enormous historical importance, as it was the very first 3 pence issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Today, we'll uncover the story behind this coin, its design, how rare it really is in fine circulated condition, and how much it can fetch in the auction market in US dollars. Whether you're a beginner collector or an experienced numismatist, this is one coin you'll want to learn about in detail, so stay tuned till the end. The 1953 3 pence coin marks the beginning of a new royal era in British coinage. After the death of King George VI in 1952, Queen Elizabeth II ascended to the throne, and 1953 was her coronation year. To celebrate this historic occasion, a brand new series of coins was issued featuring her portrait, including the 3 pence coin, often known affectionately as the threepenny bit. This coin represents not just a monetary item but a symbol of transition from post-war austerity Britain into the hopeful, modern Elizabethan age. It was part of the first complete set of coins bearing the young Queen's image, making it highly collectible for its historical context alone. Minted at the Royal Mint in London, the 1953 issue saw a circulation of around 31 million coins, which seems high, but remember, over the decades, many were lost, melted, or heavily worn out. Surviving examples in decent condition are getting scarcer, especially as collectors seek out coins from the Queen's first year of issue. The 1953 3 pence is one of the most visually distinct British coins ever made. Struck in brass and shaped with 12 sides, it's instantly recognizable in any collection. The alloy used roughly 79% copper, 20% zinc, and 1% nickel gives the coin its characteristic golden bronze hue. On the obverse side, the coin features the first official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Mary Gillick. Unlike later designs, this one portrays the Queen uncrowned, with laurel leaves in her hair, a youthful and graceful image that captured the optimism of her early reign. Around her portrait are the Latin words Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, designed by Frances Mary Bacon, you'll find the crowned portcullis design, a medieval gate with chains and a royal crown on top, representing Parliament and British governance. The inscription 3 pence is above, with the date 1953 below. Its strong, detailed engraving and angular edges make it one of the most iconic coins of the pre-decimal era. While the 1953 3 pence was widely circulated, condition plays a massive role in determining its collector value today. Coins in circulated fine condition show clear signs of use, some wear on the portrait and reverse design, but retain most of their detail. These coins are still very collectible, especially considering their age and historical significance. In the coin world, 1953 is a special year. It's the coronation year, meaning many collectors aim to complete a 1953 coronation set, which includes coins from all denominations of that year. That demand increases the appeal of the 3 pence from 1953, even in less than perfect condition. Although not extremely rare, finding one with sharp details, minimal corrosion, and its golden color still visible is becoming increasingly difficult. Coins stored poorly often suffer from tarnish, scratches, or metal darkening. Because of this, coins in fine condition are now valued more than average worn ones, especially among collectors who appreciate the history tied to the first coins of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. So, how much is a 1953 United Kingdom 3 pence coin worth today in circulated fine condition? The market value depends on condition, appearance, and collector demand. But let's look at recent auction results and sales trends. In fine circulated condition, most 1953 3 pence coins sell for around $634,000. In very fine condition, where the details of the Queen's hair and the portcullis remain crisp, prices can reach $532,000 for extremely fine or uncirculated coins. The value jumps higher, anywhere from $416,000, especially if the coin still has its original golden shine. Rare proof versions or coins from 1953 proof sets can fetch significantly more, sometimes $321,000, depending on their preservation and whether they come in original presentation packaging. While these values might not seem huge, the 1953 3 pence's historical and symbolic importance gives it lasting appeal. And like many collectible coins, Pristine examples are likely to appreciate in value as time goes on and fewer high-quality specimens remain available. If you're interested in collecting or trading 1953 3-pence coins, here are a few helpful tips. Inspect the condition carefully. Look closely at the Queen's portrait and the portcullis gate. If both designs remain well-defined, your coin may fall into a higher value category. Avoid cleaning. Many beginners make the mistake of polishing their coins. Cleaning can damage the surface and actually reduce the coin's collector value. Use proper storage. Keep your coin in an acid-free holder or capsule to prevent tarnishing. Store it in a cool, dry environment. Seek proof versions. If you're serious about collecting, look for the 1953 proof set coins. They were struck with special dies for collectors and are much rarer than standard circulation pieces. Monitor auctions. Check online marketplaces and coin auctions regularly. Prices can fluctuate depending on collector trends, Queen Elizabeth II commemorations, or shifts in the numismatic market. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 3-pence 1953 is more than just an old coin. It's a tangible piece of British history, symbolizing the dawn of a new royal era. While it may not be extremely rare, its significance as Queen Elizabeth II's first circulating coin gives it enduring value and charm. In fine condition, it's an affordable yet meaningful addition to any British coin collection. So, if you happen to have one of these little golden 12-sided coins in your collection or tucked away in an old coin jar, take a closer look. You might be holding a historical gem. Next up, the 1943 United Kingdom 3-pence, often called the brass threepence. Even in circulated condition, this coin carries immense historical value and collector interest. If you've ever wondered why this small, 12-sided coin could be worth far more than its face value, stay tuned as we uncover its history, rarity, unique design, collector demand, and current auction prices in dollars. The 1943 3-pence coin was minted during the height of World War II, a time when resources were scarce and the British economy was focused on the war effort. The Royal Mint began producing the 3-pence coin in 1937, during the reign of King George VI, as part of a shift from the silver threepence to a new brass version made from 79% copper, 20% zinc, and 1% nickel. The coin was designed to last longer and be more durable than its earlier silver counterparts, making it ideal for wartime circulation. By 1943, millions of these coins were struck to meet everyday needs, but over the decades, many were lost, melted down, or heavily worn. Today, only a fraction of these coins remain in collectible condition, especially those with readable details and minimal corrosion from circulation. The 1943 brass 3-pence is instantly recognizable for its distinctive dodecagonal 12-sided shape and unusual design for the time that made it easy to identify by touch. On the obverse, the coin features a left-facing portrait of King George VI, surrounded by the inscription Georgiv 6DGBROMN Rex F laughing smiley INDIMP, meaning George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The reverse side displays a beautiful design of a thrift plant, symbolizing thriftiness and resilience, qualities that resonated deeply with wartime Britain. Below the plant is the year 1943, with the words 3-pence around the edge. The coin measures about 21 millimeters in diameter and weighs roughly 6.8 grams. Its brass composition gives it a bright yellow-gold appearance when well preserved, though circulated examples often appear dull or brown due to oxidation. While the 1943 3-pence coin was produced in large numbers, most surviving pieces today are found in well-circulated or damaged condition. These coins were heavily used throughout the 1940s and 1950s, meaning high-grade examples are extremely hard to find. Collectors often look for coins with clear lettering, visible plant details, and a legible date. Even a circulated 1943 threepence holds strong appeal because of its wartime history, its distinctive design, and its connection to King George VI's reign. The coin also marks a significant transition period in British numismatics from precious metal coinage to base metal production. Collectors value it as a representative piece of wartime Britain's economy and resilience. Damaged examples, those with corrosion, bends, or worn-out features, are still sought after by beginner collectors, especially those building sets of all George VI coins. The nostalgia, historical significance, and limited survival rate continue to drive demand even for circulated or poor-grade examples. Now let's talk about value, the part every collector loves. The 1943 United Kingdom 3-pence, in average circulated condition, typically sells for around $536,000. Coins with moderate wear but visible details can bring in $3 to $5, depending on appearance and toning. If your coin has lighter wear and retains strong details such as a clear portrait of King George VI and crisp lettering, it might sell for $425,000 at online auctions or collector fairs. Exceptional examples graded very fine or better can fetch $126,000. However, proof or uncirculated examples, though extremely rare for 1943, can reach values upwards of $314,000 or more depending on the auction and the buyer's interest. Always remember that market prices fluctuate based on demand, metal condition, and collector trends. If you own or plan to collect the 1943 3p coin, here are a few helpful tips. Check the details. Examine your coin under good lighting. Look for wear on the king's crown, the lettering, and the thrift plant design. Avoid harsh cleaning. Cleaning with chemicals or abrasives can lower its value. Instead, gently wipe with a soft, dry cloth if needed. Store properly. Keep your coin in a dry, acid-free holder to prevent further corrosion or discoloration. Compare auction listings. Browse eBay, heritage auctions, or NGC-certified sales to understand current market trends. Look for errors. Some 1943 coins may show minor striking errors or die cracks. These can increase collector interest and boost value. The 1943 United Kingdom 3p is more than just a small piece of metal. It's a symbol of Britain's perseverance during one of the toughest times in history. Even in circulated or damaged condition, it tells a story of wartime thrift, royal legacy, and craftsmanship. While not every coin will make you rich, owning one connects you to a fascinating chapter of British heritage. So, next time you come across a 1943 3p coin, don't dismiss it because it's worn or dull. It may just be a tiny treasure from the past. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this historic coin, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss more videos about rare and valuable coins from around the world.